trigonometry is considered one of the difficult topic of leaving cert, but you don't have to worry. This is very easy. If you understand the basics, you will be able to do any kind of question on trigonometry. Please listen on. Okay, whenever you talk about trigonometry, there are two things which you need to remember. First one is whether it is a right angle triangle or not. If it is a right angle triangle or a normal triangle, I will just write it here, normal triangle. If it is a right angle triangle, you can work with Pythagoras theorem. Okay, Pythagoras theorem, as everyone knows, it is c square is equal to a square plus b square. It is there in the formula book, and c is the angle, c is the side which is opposite to the right angle. Okay, and the other two sides are different. And or you can work with sine, cos, and tan. Sine, cos, or tan. And if it is not a right angle triangle, if it is a normal triangle, you have to use sine rule or cosine rule. These both are there in the formula table. You don't need to worry. Only thing what you need to understand is whenever you work with the sine cos rule, sine and cosine rule, if the triangle is like this, A, B and C, the sides will be with small letter A, B and C, and the sine and the cos rule will work with that. So A by sine A is equal to B by sine B is equal to C by sine C. This is the sine rule, and the cosine rule will also work accordingly. So you have to understand how we name the sides of the triangle and then work on it. So this is the first thing which you need to understand. Now with the sine rule comes area of a triangle. So to find the area of a triangle, there's a formula which is like half AB sine C. Remember, for this also the triangle holds the same notation as A, B and C, and this also can be written as half BC sine A or half AC sine B. So if you see the pattern, if there is A and B here, C will be the angle. So that is how we understand the pattern. Definitely there will be questions on this. So you need to understand how you will mark the sides and find the angle which is not available. Okay. Now there will be application questions on this, so you have to see where you can find a right angle triangle. Like there will be, maybe there is a tree here and there is an angle here, and then there's another line here, there's another line here, and this will be right angle and things like that. So whenever you have something like this, you have to identify the triangles and then work through that. So first and foremost, what you do is like you will see whether which is the right angle triangle, and if it is a right angle triangle, you work with Pythagoras theorem or sine or cos or tan angles. If it is not, you will go with sine and the cos, and you will find different sides or angles and things like that. Okay, so that's the base. Now the second thing what you will work in trigonometry is the circular measure. So with the circular measure, what you have is, we have if you have an arc like this, and this is the length of the arc, this is the angle, and this is the radius, the length of the arc will be equal to r theta. Okay, length of the arc will be r theta if theta is in radians, and if theta is in degrees, L is equal to theta over 360 times 2 pi r. Okay. Also, the area of the sector will be equal to half r square theta if it is in radians, and it will be theta over 360 times pi r square if it is in degrees. Definitely there will be questions on this, and also you need to understand how to convert from degrees to radians and radians to degrees. To convert from degree to radians, you divide by 180 and multiply by pi. Okay, and to convert from radians to degree, you divide by pi and multiply by 180. Divide by pi and multiply by 180. Okay, so that's one method. And then the next thing what you have to learn is about the unit circle. So what is unit circle? Is a circle with radius of 1 unit, and from here you have to remember that A, C, T, S, all angles will be positive here, cosine will be positive here, tan will be positive, and sine will be positive. And also a point on the circle is written as cos 0. Here it is cos 0, sine 0, and this will be cos 90 sine 90, things like that. Okay, and now you'll work with the reference angle also. You have to understand how to work with the reference angle. There's a video available in my this one, so please check that video for the reference angle. And this is mostly it for the first part of the trigonometry. I will create another video for the second part.